Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics. And we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Stand by. 3, 2, 1.
This is the pregame show brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions here in Elmhurst ahead of round 2 qualifying in the U.S. Open Cup. Chicago House against Wisloka, Chicago. I'm here with House goalkeeper Tony Halterman, who on this field a year ago, a little less than a year ago, had really a career-defining moment in the first round of the main draw against Elmhurst, here at Elmhurst, against Bavarians. Tony, how exciting is it for you to be back here at Elmhurst and be back here in the Open Cup?
Man, it's round 2, right? Get ready to do it all over again. Chase that dream of hopefully getting back to play in the Fire and getting a better result this time. That's what it's all about.
So of the over 100 teams who are playing this weekend, only 11 of them will end up in the main draw. You guys were one of those teams last year. What would you say are the keys that allow a team to get through these several rounds of qualifying?
Hard work, depth across the entire bench, making sure you got guys coming off the bench and give forth effort. Being clinical, both in front of goal, attacking, and defensively too, making sure we're locked down. I mean, it's a knockout style. Anything can happen, so just got to be locked in for 90-plus minutes.
Anything particular you guys have to focus on, given that you've had a couple of weeks off from competitive matches and you're facing a team who has some match fitness over the last couple of weeks?
Again, staying locked in. I mean, it's that mentality of as soon as that whistle blows and you cross that line, like being locked in for that 90-plus minutes, regardless of, having taken time off or not, it just comes down to mentally being locked in.
Well, Tony Halterman will be between the posts today for Chicago House as they look to begin another long journey in the U.S. Open Cup. Game time is coming right up here on Sports Broadcast Solutions YouTube.
Stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
It started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
The end. Okay, so yeah, go live.
Yeah.
You guys are ready.
Am I the only audio source?
You have me and my, yeah.
No, I mean, do we have another microphone, or is it just me? Am I the only audio?
It's Tim on color. You want to play by play. It's two headsets.
Yeah. And I have it on mute, so just whenever you're ready. And then, Kyle, I just have to start packing this stuff up before Emily gets here, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
She'll help.
Okay.
Sorry, what's your name again?
Tim McKinney. Tim
Tim.
McKinney. McKinney.
Oh, I see what you're doing. So that's going to be PA, and then when you guys are ready, go mic. Make sure video capture is muted unless it's PA.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you can mute it.
Please make sure they line up for starting lineups. Don't let them go in the field. Today's match is being brought to you by Chicago House presenting partners, the Us of Football, and Chicago Center for Orthopedics at Wentz Memorial Hospital.
Don't have if you have both on, it's going to create an echo.
Okay.
So in fact, it's probably better to just run mic. Don't run video capture device. Only time you would run video capture is for
Video
national
capture is off, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
But you had it on for a second.
Okay.
The live chat will be active. So check the live chat.
I'm good on mute whenever you guys are.
Send them as soon as they're ready.
Good afternoon and welcome to this presentation of Sports Broadcast Solutions here on YouTube. U.S. Open Cup second round qualifying here at Elmhurst University, just west of Chicago, Illinois, between Chicago House and Wisloka, Chicago. I'm Alex Campbell, joined by Tim McKinney. Chicago House looking to start what they hope will be yet another long run in the U.S. Open Cup. Of course, not only making it to the main draw last season, but winning a couple of matches in the main draw, eventually falling 3-0 at Soldier Field to the Chicago Fire. Over 100 teams beginning play this weekend, including a few teams who came in through the first round of qualifying. And of the over 100 teams, 11 of them will make their way eventually to the main draw next spring.
Number 26, Davin Novecki. Number 28, Conrad Madej. Number 5.
Starting lineups being introduced right now. Wisloka in the green and white, House in all black today.
And now for your Chicago House Athletic Club. Number 7, Uki Abdul Wahab. Number 10, Kikis Avalos. Number 15.
Many of these Chicago House players having contributed to that long U.S. Open Cup run. They actually played their first game of the main draw here at Elmhurst University last spring against Bavarians from Milwaukee.
Number 29, Elias McLeod.
Wisloka, meanwhile, entering the tournament for the first time. As is the case with two other Chicago area teams, Edgewater Castle and Berber City, who will face off in Chicago tonight. Big cheers for those last two introductions. Shannon Seymour, the former Northwestern Wildcat, and A.R. Smith, the captain of Chicago House, who of course scored both the equalizer and the winner against Forward Madison in Madison at Bree Stevens Field in the second round of the Open Cup last year, or I should say earlier this year, as the tournament just wrapped up earlier this week, the 2023 edition, with the Houston Dynamo defeating Inter Miami down in Fort Lauderdale. And just days later, the 2024 Open Cup about to get underway. Quick recap of the starting lineups you just heard over the PA. First for Wisloka. In goal is number 1, Christian Soroka. Number 3, Arkadiusz Wojtkiewicz. Number 5, Giovanni Ortiz. Number 10, Gregor Czarniecki. Number 12, Wojciech Wojcik. Number 13, Parker Govna. Number 16, Lukasz Sulka. Number 24, Konrad Rozenski. And number 26, David Nowicki. The head coaches of Wisloka Chicago are Slavomir Borek and Wojciech Piotrowski. On the other side for Chicago House, in goal is number 18, Tony Halterman. Number 2, Jack Kramer. Number 4, Alejandro Mentasti. Number 6, Jasper Waddington. Number 7, Bukola Buki Abdul Wahab. Number 8, Shannon Seymour. Number 10, Ricardo Kikis Avalos. Number 14, A.R. Smith. Number 15, Pau Mateo Chacon. Number 20, Aaron Wynn. And number 29, Elias McLeod. The head coach of Chicago House is Matt Poland. Wisloka going to be going left to right in this opening half in their green and white kits. Chicago House going right to left. Correction, Tony Halterman in goals wearing number 17 today. The man who was the hero here at Elmhurst a year ago and who, if you joined us for the pregame show, you heard talk a bit about this experience and how excited he is to be back in Open Cup play. And we are underway here at Elmhurst. Lukasz Sulka gets us going, as this will be sent long to Halterman. As soon as I can, I'll try to break down where everybody's playing positionally out there for each team today. On the far side, that's Abdul Wahab, native of Ilorin, Nigeria, played at UIC, graduating in 2022 as this is played back to Soroka, the Wisloka goalkeeper. One of a few Triton College players in this Wisloka squad.
I know those players quite well.
Yeah, Tim next to me, a employee over at Triton College, which has been a great development location for a lot of players, especially immigrant players coming to play collegiate soccer in Metro Chicago. Yeah. Some of them really lighting up the junior college circuit as well.
Yeah, a lot of international players. Peter Swiwa, who's in the Polish Hall of Fame, the head coach of the Trojans, and a lot of his guys, former players, are in their lineup today. Patrick Zatko is out. That's a big loss for Wisloka here today, not having him.
This Wisloka team that is largely comprised of their USPL roster, which started fall play a couple of weeks ago. Few free agent additions, though, as well. The likes of Wojciech Wojcik, who's playing up top for them today. House trying to regain possession. In possession, this is Ortiz. His father's actually on the roster as well, Adrian, and is one of the only handful of players available off the bench today. Wojtkiewicz. Sulka, first time touch, looking to the outside. He's got a man there, and the race is on. Racing it back is Kramer. Cross in front, and what a save by Tony Halterman to deny Lukasz Sulka. Big chance here just a couple minutes into this match, and Halterman, like he did last year here at Elmhurst, makes a big save.
That was a great counterattack right there by Wisloka, but Halterman, his first test, and he was right there. Beautiful save, his first chance of the afternoon.
Over to take this corner is number 10, Gregor Charniecki. They'll be a right-footed out swinger. Charniecki, low delivery into the middle, through everybody, and over to the other side. Crossed back in by Vodkiewicz and held by Halterman. So a quick breakdown of how the teams are lining up today. First, for Wisloka, again in goal is Soroka. It's a back four from right to left of, lost my place there, of Novicki, Ortiz, Wodkiewicz, and Govna. The pivot in midfield, the double pivot next to each other are Konrad Rozansky, number 24, and... oh, hold on, I lost my place here. And Konrad Medej, number 28. Here's a chance for House. We'll get back to that in a moment. Cross off the outside of the post by Abdul Wahab. The attacking midfield line for Wisloka are Charniecki, Sulka, and Piakota. And up top is Wojciech. Meanwhile, for House, Halterman is in goal. It's a back four of Kramer, Waddington, Mateo Chacon, and Wynn. A midfield of McLeod, Seymour, and Smith. And a front line of Avalos, Mentasti, and Abdul Wahab. Throwing on the far side. House looking to go on the attack. Smith back in the direction there of Elias McLeod. Mateo Chacon, a mainstay in the Midwest Premier League this year for House. Smith. Seymour looking to slide it through. Wasn't on the same page quite with Alejandro Mentasti. On the far side there with Novicki. House forced the turnover. Mentasti, Seymour, got a strong left foot if he can get onto it. Holds off from multiple defenders. Wynn steps by one. Wynn will have a shot with his left foot. And he just cut across it. Number 20, he is right-footed, playing slightly out of position at left back. He more often lines up at right back for Chicago House, so not surprising that that shot didn't quite find the target.
Yeah, well, it was a good chance right there after the giveaway. They had a great chance there to get a good opportunity. But like you said, fortunately for him, wrong side for his foot to get a good leg on it, but still a good counter, good rush there by the House there, put some pressure there on Soroka.
House's counter press clearly causing a few issues here for Wisloka early. Charniecki chests it down, but only finds Waddington. A.R. Smith, the House captain. Smith trying to chip this ahead for Waddington. He'll get there, Jasper Waddington, right into the stomach of Christian Soroka. But a first real look of the match for the House striker. Mentasti, a native of Buenos Aires in Argentina, played his college ball at Culver Stockton. Was a substitute both against Forward Madison and the Chicago Fire in the 2023 Open Cup. Ball over the top for Sulka. Flag has stayed down. Sulka one-on-one.
Wow.
Off the crossbar and out. A second golden opportunity for Lukasz Sulka, and he's 0 for 2 as he chipped it over Halterman but couldn't get the shot down in time. Lukasz Sulka so close to a brace already early on. His House now looked to counter here with Wynn. Mentasti with some room. Mentasti, cross-field ball, Abdul Wahab.
Soroka may have trouble sleeping tonight, Alex, after that opportunity missed.
Flag is now up against Kiki Avalos, but my goodness, two golden opportunities for the Lamont native, Lukasz Sulka. Once stopped by Halterman, once denied by the crossbar.
And I thought that was going to be a sure goal.
I think Sulka's thought that twice already today, Tim.
Wow. And in a game like this, with them being a little short-handed, you really have to take advantage of those opportunities when you get them.
Only 4 players are on the bench today for Wisloka, including a goalkeeper. So that's only 3 outfield players. And again, as I mentioned, one of them is Giovanni's father, Adrian. There's a player down in the middle of the field here for Wisloka. Now with the ball out of play, the referee will bring this back. And I believe it is Lukasz Sulka. It has not been an opening 13 minutes to remember for him. Sulka, who played at Benedictine, graduated in 2021. 33 goals and 18 assists in his Benedictine career.
And the other thing, because of the weather conditions, them shorthanded, temperatures are, low 80s today?
A little higher than average for this time of year.
So cramps should be maybe an issue. Hydration is going to be an issue for the players out there today. The well-conditioned team is going to be the one more successful.
As ball just be booted long after the injury stoppage to be collected by Soroka. Started 10 games in 2022 for Triton. Posted a 0.95 goals against average and an 84% save percentage. Very solid numbers. Ball hit long in the direction of Czarniecki. Header well won by Mateo Chacon. Mateo Chacon, I should say. Nice fake there by Elias McLeod. Avalos. One-on-one here with Govne. Avalos, left-footed cross to the middle over everybody, including a slipping Abdul Wahab. Chased into the corner. Good pressure there by Kramer, and it'll be a corner kick. The first of the match for Chicago House, who are technically the home team today. They played most of their games this summer at DePaul College Prep on the near north side in the north center neighborhood of Chicago. Trotting over to take this is the left foot of Shannon Seymour. His second year as a member of House after playing for Steel City out of Joliet in 2021. One of several former Chicago Fire Academy players out on the field today. He'll actually take this right-footed Seymour. Outswinger into the middle. A.R. Smith first to it. Avalos will try the overhead kick. That was disrupted by Sulka. And a nice turn here by Czarniecki trying to get away from Mateo Chacon. Excuse me, that's number 13, Govne. And I think we might see the game's first yellow card, as that was a pretty cynical foul from Wynn, and he will go into the referee's book. So that is a yellow card on number 20 in black, Aaron Wynn.
Yellow card caution has been assessed to Chicago House number 20, Aaron Wynn, in the 36th minute.
Wynn, who played 62 times for UIC over his 4-year career for the Flames, including 61 starts, really an ever-present for what has become an elite soccer program over the last decade or so in Metro Chicago.
It's just amazing the variety of collegiate programs a lot of these players all come from. A lot of different levels.
I know for a fact we at least have D1, D3, NAIA, and junior college all represented. I don't know if we have any Division II players out there. Culver Stockton, I mentioned earlier, I think they might be D2, so we may, in fact, have every collegiate level represented here today. Throw it on the far side for Wisloka. Cross over everybody. Czarniecki chesting it down. Crossing right-footed up and over the top. That'll be a goal kick. 16 minutes played here in Elmhurst. 2 golden opportunities so far for Wisloka and Lukasz Sulka. One denied by Halterman, one by the crossbar, and a couple half-decent chances for House, who will play out of the back here with Mateo Chacon. McLeod. Seymour. Really, the heartbeat of this House team is those 2 number 8s in midfield, Smith and Seymour. Great ball over the top, looking for Avalos. It's just too strong, but a nice idea for the center back, Chacon.
Yeah, it was a nice ball sent out there by him.
At the feet of Soroka. Back again to Soroka from Vodkiewicz. That ball was in the direction there of Piahota. House coming back the other way. Waddington trying to hold things up. Here's A.R. Smith. Avalos. Avalos one-on-one here. Avalos onto his right foot, dragged the shot low. And in the end, it was a comfortable save by Soroka, who did well to not yield a rebound to A.R. Smith.
I think if your House, Alex, just because we talked about those lack of numbers, keep putting the pressure on. You got to wear this Wisloka team down, tire them out. You might have to kind of play the long game with them and just, it's like the old tortoise versus the hare. Just play that long game, wear them down, and by the time this game is over, the score should speak for itself.
It is worth noting that Wisloka have begun their UPSL fall season. They've played 3 games, gone 2-1. 3-2, already played 5 games in that fall season. House, meanwhile, haven't played a competitive match in about a month. This one could go through. Mentasti, big chance, Mentasti! The Argentine puts the home side ahead here in Open Cup qualifying, 1-0 to the House. Alejandro Mentasti breaks the deadlock. A bit of an awkward ball that deflected and squirted through the lines, and he capitalized for the 1-0 lead. And Tim, we were just discussing how House has more bodies available today on this unseasonably warm late September day. And now already Wisloka ruining those 2 chances they missed early as they find themselves behind.
Yeah, you have to take advantage of those opportunities when you get them, especially if them being shorthanded. The depth of House should, in the long run, be what will help win them this game. And now Sluka has to be thinking about those 2 goals he should have had, and now they're down 1-0. Seems like it always happens that way, Alex. When a team has a chance
or chances
and they can't take advantage of it, it normally comes back to bite them.
See how Wisloka respond here. Wojciech in possession, the center back. Left that short of his right back, Govna, and here comes Kiki Avalos. Avalos, left-footed cross, chested down Waddington. Second touch, what a goal this would be, and it's blocked at the vital moment. What an intervention there by Konrad Rozansky to prevent a quick second. A.R. Smith to the middle, looking for Mentasti again. And then just getting rid is Giovanni Ortiz. Sulka trying to flick that on. Closed off, though, by Seymour and McLeod. It's all House right now. A.R. Smith turning. Smith right-footed shot wide of the near post. But the confidence, Tim, that this House team are showing since that goal, very evident right now.
The momentum is clearly shifting this match. That was Wisloka. Just now, the longer this goes, that sun beating down on them. They're down 2-0. We'll see if they have a little fight and a little answer in them after that early initial surge they had.
Almost another giveaway there. Striding forward here is Wojciech, the center forward, dropping deep. It's interesting, he bears an almost uncanny resemblance to the Chicago Fire's Kasper Shibilko, another Poland native. And much like Shibilko, Wojciech coming over in his youth to the United States, played in the Fire Academy before embarking on his collegiate and professional careers, the former Bradley Brave in his college days. Soroka will just clear this upfield, but the only man there is Chacon. McLeod. Between the lines, A.R. Smith, nice quick combination, but the offside flag is up against Abdul Wahab. I think everyone knew it was coming. Rather than playing that ball back to A.R. Smith, if Mentasti had simply deflected that through first time, I think that's what Abdul Wahab was expecting.
Yeah, well, pretty easy call there for the linesman, and free kick here upcoming for Wisloka. Trying to see if they can gain some of that early energy back that they had to start the first 10 minutes of this match.
And as I was just saying, Tim, we saw Wojciech checking all the way back because he just hadn't touched the ball in what felt like forever. And if you can't get any service in your strikers, they were having success early getting the ball to Sulka. He's now staying higher more as the 9 with Wojciech dropping in as the number 10. Halterman, crossfield ball looking for Wynn. And that's knocked out of play on the near side by Parker Govna, native of Elmhurst. So this very much a home game for him, the Wisloka right back. Wynn. Avalos. Broken up there by Rosansky and out for a house throw.
And Elmhurst is a very heavy soccer area. Just the community itself, the youth leagues. Beautiful venue to be here today for this game today. Beautiful campus here at Elmhurst University. Now, of course, back in the day it was Elmhurst College. Now it's a university.
Only a few years removed since that change. I grew up in the suburbs knowing it as Elmhurst College. Little over 18 minutes played here in this one. Ball into the area, was looking for Vocek. Cleared away, good defending there by number 6, Jasper Waddington. One of those guys who can play just about anywhere in the field.
You're never going to have enough versatility.
He played at St. Thomas back in 2021 and was listed on their roster as a forward, and he's playing center back today. So to give you a kind of sense of how players get moved around, you see winger and fullback switched around a lot, but center back and striker less so. Generally, that's those are two positions that diverge early. Once, if you're particularly tall,
yeah,
it's are you better adapted to defending or being an attacker if you're, say, 6'2" or taller? Charniecki, Avalos trying to poke it away from him and did as Charniecki holds on here on the near side. Infield there for Rosansky, but Charniecki couldn't hold the pass. "20 minutes gone here in the first half, 1-0 Chicago House on a 13th minute goal by Alejandro Mentasti. McLeod looking out to the far side. This is Kramer, the right back, getting forward into the attack. Kramer, low cross, Abdul Wahab, can he finish? Yes, he can! No, the flag is up. A great touch and a great finish by Buki Abdul Wahab, but the assistant on the far side said he went a moment early, and he is denied his first Chicago House goal.
That was very close.
They're signaling for the VAR monitor up here in the press box.
I thought that was a close one, Alex. I thought if he was offside, it was by a millimeter.
It was very narrow. Oh, can Mentasti get to this one as he puts on the pressure? No, it'll be a goal kick, but...
And it's too bad because it was a beautiful setup as well.
Abdul Wahab is playing right there on the shoulder of the defenders. We've now seen him twice flagged for offside. He's getting into dangerous positions, and you wouldn't bet against him to either score or assist in this game.
Yeah, well, he's getting close. It will get there for him eventually. It seems like you can just sense that he will have that.
Wisloka controlled the early exchanges, but it has been all house for the last 15 minutes or so. On a very warm final day of September, here about 25 miles due west of downtown Chicago. As I was turning into the campus today, I looked in my rearview mirror, and you could see downtown straight east of here.
Yep, straight shot down St. Charles Road. You can see it when you go east. I'm not too far from home. It's a nice short drive for me compared to you.
Traffic today for a Saturday afternoon, although, you can never rely on the Eisenhower to be a speedy trip.
That is
out
true.
From the city. Far side, this is Piahota, and that doesn't find anybody, and they're still looking to find themselves here. Wisloka, again, 2 early chances missed by Lukasz Sulka. If you joined us late in the second minute of the game, Tony Halterman denied Sulka on the doorstep, and 2 minutes later, it was Sulka hitting the bar. That's going to be a free kick against House, as A.R. Smith is flagged for the infraction against Parker Govna. Govna, a former Sockers FC Academy player, one of the elite non-professional affiliated academies here in Metro Chicago. And A.R. Smith saying that the defender sold that a bit, and even so, that's the sort of foul you always see given.
Yeah, I thought that they would get the call right there.
Taken back by Avalos off the foot of Vocek. Making the run again, here's Abdul Wahab. He's onside this time. Buki Abdul Wahab crossing, and a lunging effort there by Vodkiewicz. Kept it away. A.R. Smith. Smith looking to shoot. He will. The field goal is up, and it's good.
There's a lot of traffic for him right there, but he did his best to try and get a good strike on the ball, but just too much traffic. 3 green jerseys were around him.
In almost any other code of football around the world, that's worth something, just not in this one.
It's just so funny how all these games that are played at these multi-purpose facilities of goalposts, you always guarantee to see that in at least once every match, soccer match that's played on a football/soccer field.
This is a pretty new surface at Elmhurst, turf that was redone within the last few years, which has become a theme of the conference they play in, the CCIW, the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. I'm being reliably informed it was replaced this spring, so this field's only about 7 months old, and it looks it.
And we were talking about the various lines before the game for all the different sports.
Yeah, we couldn't quite figure all of them out. I think we got most of them, but there's a few out there that we're not still quite sure about because we ran through all the sports that the Blue Jays compete in NCAA Division III. Here's Shannon Seymour with some space. Seymour fakes one way, then the other. Still Shannon. Will play it out for Kramer. Kramer, one of the active college students on this house team. Plays his collegiate ball at Chicago State. Of course, it's rare to see college players a lot of times in these stages of the tournament because their schedules often don't allow for them to be available on a Saturday in the fall like this. And really the only teams from this semi-pro and amateur level who can enter the competition are the ones that staff enough non-current students. And that's going to be a free kick. Don't think it's going to be a card, but A.R. Smith was upended. Wisloka player saying, I got the ball, and I think he did, but he did follow through as well in the end. That's Dava Novicki, who was called for the infraction, and a dangerous set-piece opportunity now, Tim, for the house.
Yeah, good chance here from about 30 yards out. A great chance for House to make this a 2-goal lead.
Shannon Seymour and Paul Mateo Chacon, the two in discussion. Seymour with his right foot, Chacon, the left-footed center back there as well, to maybe go for the power option.
Well, every team practices these set pieces, so we'll see how House can execute it here.
Chance in the crowd for Shannon Seymour. He's got a few fans here today. It will be Seymour to leave it for Mateo Chacon, and it curves just wide.
Good ball, but just hooked just to the left of the goal.
And I was surprised. I thought Paul Mateo would be the power option, and he had some nice curve on that ball, the center back.
And there's not much of a breeze either, so you don't have to worry about wind being a factor out here today either.
26 minutes played, another giveaway. Smith, room here for Shannon Seymour. He'll line up a shot from distance, hit his own man, and it's going to be a handball against his own man, Aaron Wynn. Free kick for Wisloka.
And Wisloka, these giveaways, these turnovers, I think that just mounts Alex to the gaining fatigue and tiredness they're going to gain as this match progresses with them having the lack of depth that they normally do with the lineup that they have brought out here today.
Kramer is fouled. Foul called against Novicki. Given the strong Polish influence on this Wisloka team, shout out to anybody tuning in from Poland, where it is currently 9:30 p.m. local time. So a primetime game, this 2 p.m. start here in Metro Chicago. A.R. Smith, nice nifty move. Smith surrounded and keeping possession. Nice moves by the captain. Avalos will go for goal. It's spilled, and A.R. Smith taps it home for 2.
Stroka gave away a big rebound right there, and that was easy pickings after he could not field the initial shot cleanly.
A.R. Smith with a free tap-in off the shot from Avalos, and still down. I'm not sure if it's an injury or disappointment. Soroka between his posts. 2-0 here with under 18 minutes to play in the first half. Captain's goal for Chicago House.
Chicago House goals, scored in the 29th minute by number 14, A.R. Smith.
That's probably, Alex, the worst feeling in the world as a goalie to give up that big of a rebound like that. Once Wisloka gave that rebound up, he was just toast. He was in no man's land, 2-0 House, and things are looking very good for them here now past the midway point of this first half.
Goal scored in the 28th minute, 15 minutes, after the opener. But again, the spill there by Wisloka and then the tap in by A.R. Smith. I mentioned before the game, Tim, a man who knows a thing or two about scoring in the Open Cup, scored arguably the two biggest goals in the history of this club up in Madison last year, the stoppage time equalizer and then the extra time winner against Forward Madison. And Wisloka is still down behind the play here as we've got an injury stoppage and a water break. So that'll result in some significant time added on.
Yes. Of course, when temperatures are a certain point, many leagues, as you know, Alex, like to institute the hydration break at some point when there's a dead ball situation. The Wisloka injury will trigger that as well, as they have the trainers out there attending to him. And again, it looks like they're looking like at his kind of left calf, left ankle area.
The backup goalkeeper is Dominic Pietu, 32-year-old Polish native who played in the lower leagues of Poland back about a decade ago.
Just had to have a feeling how House just kept pounding away, how they've been able to dominate ball possession the last 15 minutes. They were going to break through, and they've come up big with a couple of goals, and I think they're looking for more because now I think they have this Wisloka team really on the ropes right now.
So under 15 minutes to go, but there's going to be some stoppage time added on at the end of this. We have another Wisloka player down.
I'm having another issue right now, but I'll try to get on it as soon as I can.
So another player down injured. Still trying to see who this is. Player who looks to be in some serious discomfort. And player's going to need help off the field here. And it's number 26, David Novicki, who has picked up the injury. And so sub's going to need to be made here. No one ready, though, for Wisloka. So they're going to carry on, at least for the moment, with 10 men. So Wisloka temporarily down to 10. And again, there's still no indication that there's going to be a sub here right away. So they'll continue with just 10 players for now, the away team. Trailing 2-0. Chipped downfield, header won by Kramer. Mentosti out of play for a Wisloka throw. Again, we'll have some significant added time due to the now multiple injury stoppages. Abdul Wahab showcasing his speed here. Back here for Seymour. Kramer stepping forward. Still only 10 men on the field right now for Wisloka. win. Kiki Avalos. Avalos getting toward the end line. Avalos' cross is cleared away by Ortiz. Just kept in there on the near side by Govne. Avalos fighting to win it back. And that ball is still in play. That is not where the sideline is.
That's where all those multiple lines fold them.
And in theory, I think the referee might be lenient here. This should be a yellow card for an intentionally committed handball. And that's what A.R. Smith is saying right now is, I know he got confused who the line was, and that's okay, but by the rule, that's a yellow card.
And I think both teams are briefed on the ground rules.
I think the no yellow card there is an understanding, okay, everybody gets a warning, a reminder, this is where the lines are. It's understandably confusing. On we go. Chacon and Seymour again over this. House looking to further extend their lead. Curved in toward the back post, over everybody. First to it is Jasper Waddington. Tried to win a corner and put it straight out. We will now have that sub to restore Wisloka to their full complement of players. That's Conrad Made, who will come on, the Bensonville native.
Yep, local kid, not too far. Bensonville borders Elmhurst to the north here. Fenton High School, get another one of the Triton guys.
Played 7 games there back in the 2020-21 season, in which time he scored 9 goals and assisted 7 in just 7 contests. That's some efficiency right there. So if Wisloka restored to their full complement of 11 players, so correction, that was not a substitution. That was Made started this game. Just kind of lost track of him there in the midfield playing next to Navicki. That's my mistake. So he's going to be okay to continue, which explains why they didn't make the sub. Seymour outside Abdul Wahab. Abdul Wahab onto his left. Right then left again against Navicki. Abdul Wahab still going. Abdul Wahab! And just nicking it over his own crossbar is Govna. Almost a spectacular third for House. What a save by the Wisloka defender. Corner upcoming here for House. Under 10 minutes to go of normal time here in the first half. Again, a lengthy amount of stoppage time likely upcoming. Kiki Avalos and Shannon Seymour both over this corner kick. It will be Seymour to deliver low, and it didn't beat the first man, Navicki. Sulka, first time we've called his name in quite a while, the man who missed those 2 early chances. Trying to get past Waddington, Kramer sliding in to help. Foul there as Vocek goes down. Infraction committed by Kramer. And a set piece opportunity here for Wisloka, although they're not sending many players forward here. Despite this rare opportunity to get forward, they haven't entered the House defensive third in quite a while. Low cross in. Got through 2 players and off Kramer last for a corner. Big opportunity here for Wisloka. Over to take this is Gregor Czarniecki. To be right-footed in swinger. Czarniecki right into the middle. Header over everyone. Navicki sends a shot off of A.R. Smith. That's flicked down right in the middle. Vocek, his shot was partially blocked by Kramer and claimed by Halterman. Looking to go quickly here, House with Avalos. Shoulder to shoulder with Vodkiewicz. And it's going to be a free kick going the way of Wisloka. Back to his feet is the 6'3" Poland native Vodkiewicz. Far side, Nowicki. Out of play for a house throw. Here in the 39th minute of play in this first half, 2-0 in favor of the House on goals by Mentosti and Smith. Seymour flicking that one on as it's played all the way back to Soroka. "44 matches being played this weekend between 88 teams. Nice step there forward by Govna. Chance here to get forward. Down off the ball is Sulka. Play continues. Still Govna sneaking it through. Chance here for Piechota, and it's saved by Halterman.
Little surge here by Wisloka the last few minutes here.
They have found some life here in the later stages of this first half. Chicago House maybe just need to settle things down. Slavomir Borek on the Wisloka bench speaking with the fourth official, saying that Sulka was fouled off the ball there. Chacon, the near side for Kiki Avalos. Slipped on the turf. No, they're going to say it's a foul by Czarniecki. Again, 44 matches being played this weekend in Open Cup qualifying. Round 3 will take place in a few weeks' time on the weekend of October 21st and 22nd. Seymour looking through for Avalos. Ortiz is there first. Plays it to the corner. And just sends it away. Only as far, though, as Wynn battling with Vocek. Giving away, though, to Avalos. Vocek in his own defensive line, the striker. Sends it across the field looking for Piechota. Cleared away by Nowicki. Piechota was looking down the line for a run by Rozansky from midfield. Blocked by House. McLeod back here for Chacon. Under 5 minutes of normal time to play here in the first half, but a question looming, how much added time will we have? I'd have to think it's going to be at least 5 or 6 minutes. Diving in there was Seymour, but Ortiz got rid of the ball in time. Nowicki with time. Fourth and final qualifying round will be played the weekend of November 18th and 19th, and that will decide the final 11 teams. And Wynn is going to be shown a second yellow card, and he's off. Hauser down to 10.
Well, that changes the dynamic of things.
So Aaron Wynn, the left back, is sent off. And now, as you're saying there, Tim, what a way this sets up the rest of the way. We're approaching halftime, but Chicago House have a 2-0 lead, but they'll be down to 10 for the remainder.
Well, I guess the strategy for House is going to be defend, defend, defend now. At this point, being down a man despite maybe what lack of depth that Wisloka has. But this is a huge call right here.
So that is a left back sent off. Shannon Seymour's over right now to talk to Matt Poland about how they want to approach this, at least for the next 3 minutes plus stoppage time.
Yeah, you just think you got to get into. You just got to get into halftime.
Yeah, you want to probably try to get to halftime without having to make a sub.
Yep.
And then decide at the break how you want to adjust.
Yep. Got to try just survive until halftime and then regroup.
So House down to 10, a 42nd minute, second yellow for for Aaron Wynn, the Skokie, Illinois native, former UIC Flame. And the door of opportunity swinging wide open for Wisloka. Poor free kick there, though, from Czarniecki. And then a nice sliding challenge by Avalos. And staying down, it was a 50-50, but in some serious pain right now.
Shoe.
I think somebody threw the shoe to alert the referee. This is a serious looking contact here. It was a fair challenge as both players went for the ball. But when you have those situations where feet meet ball at the same time from opposite directions, you never quite know what's going to happen. Some words being shared here between...
tempers are starting to flare up a bit here on both sides now. Now they're going to have to keep the two teams separated.
Govna was talking to A.R. Smith. Smith has been pulled away by Kramer, but Govna still talking. It needs to be pulled away by his teammates. And more time going to be added on here. We're in the 44th minute, but I have a feeling we're going to play at least 8, 9, maybe even 10 minutes of extra time in this one in the first half. And the player who went down is in some immediate distress, holding his lower leg. Still trying to get a visual on who the player down is. It's Conrad Made, who had to be helped off earlier with what looked like a muscle injury. And he's down again now, and it's been a tough day at the office for number 28. Hopefully he's all right. And you have to imagine that Wisloka will be preparing a sub now here in the final stages of the second half. Tony Halterman out to speak to the referee, just check about something. So much time going to be added on here. We're now in the 45th minute of play. And Made is going to be helped to the sideline by two of his teammates, although I thought I saw 6 on that jersey. There is no number 6 for Wisloka, so it's either 26 or 16. Can't tell from up here. Yeah, it's a player wearing number 6 shorts, but that's... And so this explains why I was confused earlier. Number 28 is wearing number 6 shorts. So Made is off. No sub as of yet. So no sub being made yet. They've said at least 4 minutes of added time, which seems incredibly low, but my guess is that number is going to grow. Abdul Wahab is fouled. Free kick for House. So right now we're playing 10 men against 10 men in stoppage time of the first half. 2-0 House, recently reduced to 10 men, and they're getting the sub ready. It's going to be number 7, although number 7 was a scratch, so Mateusz Sleszka, who was scratched out on the game day roster, is going to be entering the match. So the plot thickens. It's never dull here in the qualifying rounds of the U.S. Open Cup. Chacon. We'll send it long, looking for A.R. Smith. A lot of room out there right now, 10v10. Smith trying to feed it through in the direction of Mentosti. Collected, though, by Vodkiewicz. Lots for these two teams to discuss at halftime.
And with House just with the 10, it's just a matter of can Wisloka stay healthy enough to keep the advantage.
And disciplined.
Yes.
We are now going to see that sub made as Mateusz Sleszka is into the match. So Sleszka, the 32-year-old Pole, subs on for the injured Conrad Made. In added time here at the end of the first half, we've had 3 injury stoppages, all for Wisloka players, as well as the red card and 2 goals. Kramer gets that header. McLeod. At least for now, it looks like Kiki Avalos is playing more or less left back. Or you could say it's him as a wing back with a back three of sorts for Chicago House. To your point, Tim, I think they're just trying to get into the locker room, and then I would expect we will see House make a change before the start of the second half to adjust tactically.
Just kind of spread the field, play some keep away. Don't do anything careless here these final few moments of stoppage time. Regroup, get into halftime. You have a 2-goal lead. Just don't want to do anything careless here before the intermission.
Absolutely. Mateo Chacon just whiffed on that challenge, and it's going to be a free kick here for Wisloka as Shannon Seymour, I think, realized his team was in trouble and just gave a bit of a shove there to Mikhail Piechota. Free kick here in stoppage time, and a big opportunity for Wisloka to test Tony Halterman. Should note on the bench today for Chicago House, the reserve goalkeeper is Tyler Marfo. He's joined by Nico Williams, Alessandro Di Argento, Isaac Carnala, John Elzate, Damian Iamarino, and Isaiah Gallegos Munoz. Not 100% sure who's on the bench for Wisloka because I didn't think Sleshka was one of the eligible subs, but here he is. Lukas Sulka lining up this free kick. The center back Ortiz might be interested as well. Sulka will shoot on goal, and it's wide. And the referee will blow his whistle for halftime. Wisloka say it hit the wall and they want a corner. The referee did not play more than that minimum of 4 minutes. I think there's certainly questions from both teams. Should we have played longer there, given all the stoppages? But an action-packed first 45 minutes comes to a close. It's Chicago House 2, Wisloka Chicago 0 here in U.S. Open qualifying. An engaging second half to come as House have been reduced to 10 men. You're watching the U.S. Open Cup second qualifying round here on Sports Broadcast Solutions YouTube page.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, it started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also digital live statistics, play-by-play, highlights, and even that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sportscast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer professional broadcast experience non-professionally. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter, and Kane
County Stadium, 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 30765. We're online, sportsbroadcastations.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks, but you don't have to worry about that anymore thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital statistics, play-by-play commentary, highlight reel, even more than go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Solutions, a broadcast network for everyone. At S, we offer professional broadcasting experience, non-professional. Just like those, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium.
Second half about to get underway here at Elmhurst University in this U.S. Open Cup second qualifying round match between Chicago House and Wisloka Chicago. I'm Alex Campbell alongside Tim McKinney. 2-0 for the home side, Mentasti and Smith with the goals, but the big change to proceedings coming right near the end of the half when Aaron Wynn was sent off for a second yellow card. And we are underway here in the second half. No substitutions made at the halftime break for Chicago House, so they're going to continue on with the 10 players still out there. Here is Kiki Avalos bursting through the lines. A nice sliding challenge there by Giovanni Ortiz to send Wisloka the other way. So looks like it's going to be a back three of Kramer, Waddington, and Chacon, with Avalos playing as something between a left back and a wing back, so more or less just slotting in backwards, so we'll have to see how that works out, as it looks like number 7, Buki Abdul Wahab, is going to stay high on this right side. So it's just going to kind of be a lopsided formation going forward here for House as they try to protect this 2-0 lead down a man. Piechota back to Nowicki. A reminder of who's on the field for each team for Wisloka. Soroka is in goal. He's joined by Wodkiewicz, Ortiz, Piechota, Slushka, Czarniecki, Wojciech, Gavna, Sulka, Rozansky, and Nowicki. For Chicago House, Halterman is in goal, joined by Kramer, Mentasti, Waddington, Abdul Wahab, Seymour, Avalos, Smith, Chacon, and McLeod. Throwing on the near side, back to Nowicki. Late in the first half, Conrad Made was subbed out with a hopefully not as serious as it looked injury. He was replaced by Mateusz Sleszka. That cross is sent away by Chacon. Avalos, the makeshift left back, will send it long into the feet of Alejandro Mentasti. At this point, I think you could best describe it as a 4-3-2 that House are playing. Kramer venturing down the near side. Jack Kramer, the right back, getting into the attack. Kramer to the middle, could not quite find Abdul Wahab. Mentasti will pick it up on the far side. A.R. Smith. Back for Avalos. Avalos very much a forward, very much a winger, so it'll be interesting to see. Being told there's actually been a second sub made. Arkadiusz Wodkiewicz has gone off and was replaced by Adrian Ortiz. As that shot finds the back of the net from nowhere. Lukasz Sulka missed 2 easy chances in the first half, but scores from a very difficult angle here. It's 2-1 early here in the second half. The goal scored in the 49th minute. Game on. A goal from nowhere. Lukasz Sulka makes good. So we have a father and son duo out there now, I believe, with Adrian playing in midfield and Giovanni. Maybe not father-son, could be brothers, but they're playing as a center back common right now.
The scoreboard's not connected anymore, so it's still stuck on 2-0, and we can't do anything. We did.
Adrian.
We did that, but it's still shown.
Nowicki. Giovanni.
No, tried to do something here at halftime, but we couldn't figure it out.
Smith
Well,
knocked off the ball, but a free kick.
my best because I'm trying to do this camera at the same time.
Two 2-1. Chicago House still leads down to 10 men.
I'm looking for downloads.
Chacon to take the free kick from the center circle, sending it out wide, looking for A.R. Smith. Headed away there by Govna.
File downloads.
Over the top, looking for Sulka again. He's in a race here with Waddington. And in the end, it's back to Halterman and now Chacon.
What?
Avalos.
Yeah, but I know, but I don't know how to get this back up now. The thing.
Chacon sending it long in the direction of Mentasti. Mentasti heading it along in a race here with Gianni Ortiz. Couldn't keep it in, though it'll be a goal kick. Ortiz's exchange passes. Rosansky. Nowicki.
Well, I'm trying to do my.
Sulka.
But where's the
Piahota.
download at?
And
File, where?
is very offside by
But
Sleshka.
this file, is it in this OBS studio? Oh, okay, that one. Okay, I got you. I was looking at the other one.
Free kick here for House. About 6.5 minutes played here in the second half. House holding a 1-goal lead, 2-1.
0-0.
The early second half goal by Lukasz Sulka, cutting the deficit in half, with the man advantage for Wisloka. Wisloka back in possession. They were really unable to string a lot of passes together in that first half. But you can see right now that Adrian Ortiz is basically playing as an advanced defender, almost as a defensive midfielder. And House want to play on, and the referee's going to bring it back. And Avalos is wondering why he isn't through on goal. Free kick back near midfield. And a yellow card was issued in all of that.
Well, he's still calling the game, so I'm trying to figure it out. All right, well.
Chacon with a free kick right at midfield. Driving this ball into the area, into Mentasti. Mentasti trying to turn, and he's won a corner. What's likely to be a rare big set-piece opportunity here in the second half, down a man for Chicago House.
So I have the board up. So how do I get it on the screen?
As Seymour will go over to take the corner.
I'm trying to see if it did. Okay, yeah, it did. Yeah, it did now. Okay, I think I got it. Well, here's the other thing. Well, here's the other thing, Kyle. It won't switch to the second half. It's still stuck on first.
Smith and Seymour over this one.
Where's half at?
Taking short. Seymour. Nowhere to go right now. A.R. Smith is back on side, but it'll just be a House throw in the end.
I got sources. I see sort. I don't see
and a free kick going to be in favor of Wisloka.
I see under. Do I have to click the choices?
And a House player is down here after that contact. Again, it's a free kick for the away side, but a House player is down.
All right, well, I'm going to just try and get the clock fixed.
It's Elias McLeod who is a little slow to his feet.
Now how do I get the clock back up here? I see it.
This is launched along by Adrian Ortiz.
Okay.
Adrian, who played his college ball back in the day at Valparaiso in Northwest Indiana.
But the clock's going down, not up.
Kramer to Abdul Wahab, exchanging passes. Mentasti, nice touch for Abdul Wahab, around a defender. Abdul Wahab back into the path here of Mentasti. Smith is getting forward. Mentasti will go for goal, and it's a good save by Soroka. Quarter kick, House. And all of a sudden pulling up is Abdul Wahab, reaching for his hamstring and waving to the bench. He might not be able to continue. He's down on one knee right now, Buki Abdul Wahab. House do have plenty of options on the bench who could fill in an attacking role like that. Isaiah Gallegos Munoz and Nico Williams among them.
It's rolling down.
For now, Seymour to take the corner as Abdul Wahab is able to jog back to the halfway line. Looks like he'll be okay to continue for the moment. Take it short, A.R. Smith now. Smith onto his left foot will shoot, and it's held by Soroka.
Well, we already got the second half, but it's just not showing.
This sent long in the direction of Piahota. And Abdul Wahab on one leg, reaching again to the bench, saying he needs a sub. We'll just go down now to make sure that can happen.
So you said it'd be under.
So Abdul Wahab is going to need a substitution here, and House are getting one ready on their bench. It's going to be number 9, Nico Williams, who will be entering the game for House. Williams, who saw 75 minutes in the Open Cup win over Forward Madison last year.
So I clicked half, and then if I go on the scoreboard, it will change it.
And Abdul Wahab is going to limp off here. No, excuse me, it's not going to be Williams. Looks like it was the wrong shirt pulled on. It's going to be number 22, John Alzate. Alzate, who's been kind of an ever-present for this House team over the last couple of years. The Medellin, Colombia native.
No, it doesn't say nothing.
So Abdul Wahab has helped off, and Alzate will be checking in, it looks like.
Okay, I got it now.
Or maybe it will be Williams. He switched jerseys again, unless it's a double change. That's what it's going to be. Double change upcoming for House. So there's going to be an additional player coming off as Williams and Alzate are both going to check in. And it looks like the other player going off is going to be Jasper Waddington. He is also limping to the bench. So multiple changes here for House as the clock continues to tick. And the eventual added time adds up. So Williams and Alzate will come on as that ball's just sent through to Halterman.
Okay, I typed it in, but nothing's showing. I mean, I see it, but it's not coming up. It just has like the little, like the boxes over where it should be at.
And we got a whistle for another House player down. Shannon Seymour has now gone down. These subs are going to be made now, but House might need to think about a third change if Seymour can't continue. So those two subs are on.
Hold on.
Waddington and Abdul Wahab are off.
All right, well, I'm going to try and get back on the camera.
And another sub getting ready. It looks like it's going to be Gallegos Munoz who's getting his shirt on. No, excuse me, Aya Marino, 27, not 28. We'll confirm that once he's onto the field. Two different options who have some pretty big hair on their heads, shall we say.
All right.
So it looks like Aya Marino is going to replace Seymour. So it's going to be a triple change, all for enforced injury changes here for Chicago House midway through this second half, and things not getting any easier right now for the 10 men of the home team. House, of course, did have to go to penalty kicks multiple times in these qualifying rounds last year. They'll be hoping to avoid that today and that they can hold on to this slim lead. Seymour signaling that he wants to try to come back on, but Marino is literally standing right behind him, ready to replace him. So Shannon's going to give it a go. So Marino will stay on the sideline for now as Shannon Seymour attempts to carry on. Meanwhile, Elias McLeod has dropped in at center back where Waddington was playing. This is a very much makeshift lineup and shape right now for the 10 men of Chicago House. This ball hit long toward the far side. And it's going to be a throw-in as Avalos goes down. He wanted a foul. Referee not interested. Throw-in for Wisloka. Ball curved into the middle. Away there by McLeod. Shot coming from Adrian Ortiz. House can't get it clear yet. Now it's sent away by Palmateo Chacon, and the offside flag is up on the far side. Apologies for any technical difficulties, but I think we do have it figured out. We are in the second half here with Chicago House leading 2-1. So that time you're seeing on the clock is the amount of time remaining in the second half. Extra time and penalty kicks if necessary. Header one there by Novicki. Wisloka down a goal but up a man, looking to slip in Sulka again as Kiki Avalos gets back and will send this out to the far side for a Wisloka throw. Collected there by Halterman. Just over 16 minutes played here in this second half, but we've played very little soccer in that 16 minutes. A triple injury sub almost needed. It just was a double for now as Shannon Seymour continues to play for House, but they have made the two changes. That's just kept in on the far side by Avalos, but possession turned over. Kiki Avalos having to do a lot of running right now. He's basically being asked to play left mid and left back at the same time. Speaking of which, he'll try to guide this out for a goal kick, and he does well to protect it away from his opposite number, Gregor Czarniecki. Two early chances for Sulka, one saved by Halterman, one off the bar, before House took a 2-0 lead behind goals by Mentasti and Smith. And then Sulka got some partial revenge in the early stages of this second half as he scored in the 49th minute to have the deficit. Right now, it looks like John Alzate has gone into midfield in that holding role. He's more of an advanced midfielder or a winger generally, but he's now being asked to play as a sort of number 6 in there. And up front alongside Mentasti is number 9 Williams. Booted away by Palmateo Chacon in the direction of Williams. That's a good header by Novicki back to his goalkeeper Sroka. 88 teams remaining in Open Cup qualifying. We've got to get that down to 11 by the end of 2023. One of these teams will be playing again in 4 weeks' time. Chicago House in their second year as a Midwest Premier League club in the Open Cup. That's a late challenge by Kramer. Referee's going to wave play on for now. Advantage for Wisloka. Yeah, it's out of play for a throw-in for House. No further action coming from the referee as Piahota was caught. Wisloka bench asking why that's not a yellow card. This game's been plenty chippy already. Marino is back up off the House bench. Shannon Seymour is not going to be able to continue after all. So Damian Marino is going to come in to replace Shannon Seymour. Marino, the native of Daytona Beach, Florida.
for 8, Shannon Seymour. That's 27 for 8 in the 65th minute.
Marino looks like he's going to go play out and out left back and allow Avalos to be more of a midfielder. That's going to be a bit more balanced, I think, for the 10 men of house. Marino, who has quite the resume. He's a former Canadian under-17 international, has tri-citizenship between the United States, Canada, and Italy. Set long to the near side, looking for Piahota by Ortiz. Piahota had that blocked by Kramer, and now bringing it away is Nico Williams, not to be confused by the Spaniard Ghanaian who plays for Athletic Bilbao in the Bundesliga by the same name. Marino played in Serie D in Italy. That was his most recent team before House. He was playing for Arconatese, and before he moved to Italy, he was in the Orlando City Academy. Get all sorts of paths and stories here in the Open Cup. That's intercepted by Marino and handed off to his captain, A.R. Smith. Lumbering forward goes Mentasti, the opening goal scorer of this game. Down the line, here's Avalos. Energizer Bunny out there, Kiki Avalos. But he's dispossessed on this occasion by Adrian Ortiz. And that's going to be a foul committed by Elias McLeod. Free kick for Wisloka. 66 minutes played here in Elmhurst. But I feel confident we've got a lot more than 24 minutes to go in this match, given the stoppages. Marino intercepting there and finding A.R. Smith. Smith into the feet of Mentasti, and he'll just chip it long. Alzate will give it a go up against Giovanni Ortiz. Giovanni will play it back to his goalkeeper, Soroka. Not too many chances in the game either way since the Sulka goal in the 49th minute. Wisloka went from playing 4 defenders to more or less 3 at the start of this half, and at times it looks like they're playing just 2 as they try to force the issue. Header 1 there by Marino. Certainly has been a calming presence in the few moments since he's joined the House backline. Crossfield ball played by Govna. Finding Novicki, his opposite fullback. Piahota. Nice step by Kramer. Couldn't quite find Mentasti, who's doing yeoman's work up there as a lone forward. This is chipped ahead. Chacon wins the header, only as far as Sulka. Sulka, nice flick. Sulka's shot is blocked by Chacon. Lucas Sulka, who could have a hat trick at this point today. The former Benedictine Eagle. Adrian Ortiz, that's intercepted again by Chacon. And A.R. Smith will try to go the other way for House. Out to the near side, this is John Alzate. Overlapped by Williams. Mentasti, first time into the path of Nico Williams. Williams facing a wall of green right now. Williams, 1-on-3. Williams trying to go alone, and he's closed down by Giovanni Ortiz. Away by Novicki, as far as Sleshka. Vocek. Piahota hurdles a Kramer challenge. 69th minute of play here between Wisloka and Chicago House. A place in the third qualifying round on October 21st or 22nd is on the line. Sulka slipping it through, and a sliding challenge had to be made there in the back line by Elias McLeod. Czarniecki passed one, couldn't get past A.R. Smith, away by Chacon. Mentasti will find Williams, who can be the release valve to the pressure. McLeod. Alzate with time to turn. Kramer keeping it in play for Mentasti. He'll hit the big switch in the direction of Avalos. Nice first touch by Kikis. Avalos on to his right. Avalos! High and wide. Best look for the 10 men of house in this second half so far.
They haven't had many looks at all. It's just amazing how they've just have let Wisloka hang around in this match. You just feel like it should be a multiple goal lead, but it isn't.
Now, clearly the danger man in green and white is the goal scorer, Lukasz Sulka.
He's pretty much single-handedly kept them in this game.
And the ball rolled out of play there off the foot of Parker Goffna. Assistant referee, eagle-eyed on the far side. Throw into house at midfield. Under 20 minutes of regular time left in this one. 20 minutes that are going to fly for the visitors and crawl for Chicago House. And then if the score is still 2-1 when those 20 minutes expire, we will all be eagerly awaiting the referee's decision for added time. A goal, 3 subs for injury, and a yellow card so far in this second half. Nowicki exchanging passes there with Mateusz Śleżka. Giovanni D'Adrian. Header won there by Williams. Again, not sure if father and son or brothers, but in doing research for this game, the Ortizes did have plenty of photos together, and Adrian speaking very glowingly about getting to see Giovanni play for Dominican.
I'd have to say it's very rare to have a father and son combination in this sport.
It could be father and son. It could be brothers who just have a big age gap. It's Adrian finished his career for Valpo back in 2011.
Okay.
And
so you could think about those combinations in baseball with Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Sr. and you might have one in a couple years with LeBron James and his son in basketball.
No, the more I'm thinking about the math on this, they're definitely brothers.
Okay.
Adrian being Giovanni's elder brother.
Still, it's always quite unique if you're playing for relatives, no matter if it's your dad, if in this case it's an old brother. Obviously, they know they have the sport in their lineage.
Definitely a soccer family, the Ortiz family. Alzate trying to get out of trouble, found Williams. Smith under pressure, confidently back to his goalkeeper, Halterman, who will clear it anywhere he can, in this case, out of bounds on the far side. 74th minute here at Elmhurst. Two teams these two are familiar with, facing off later in Open Cup qualifying as Edgewater Castle host Berber City tonight at the Fire Pitch in Chicago. Nice defending by Kramer. Not once, but twice to slow Piahota. Adrian Ortiz. Czarniecki. He'll have a go from distance, and it's wide. Gregor Czarniecki letting fly. Wisloka fans in good voice here at Elmhurst. Certainly smaller in number than the home house fans, but always great to see teams being fervently supported in the Open Cup. Chacon gets there first, and he was fouled by Sulka. And Mateo Chacon in some pain here. He's been everywhere defensively for Chicago House today, and the trainer is going to be called out. Upon further look, can confirm that Adrian is Giovanni's older brother.
Okay.
Refers to him on Instagram as his minion.
Okay.
A mini-me for Adrian and Giovanni.
I am glad that mystery has been solved. We want to make sure that the family is well identified.
I would prefer to get those details right pre-game rather than post-game, but...
Well, sometimes it's hard to find all the nuggets that you want. But, again, we're getting down to the point here, final 15 minutes of regulation time. Looks like probably was another cramp or hydration issue, it appears.
Palmateo Chacon's going to try to continue. There's no sub actively getting ready on the bench. The remaining substitutions available for Chicago House: Tyler Marfo, the goalkeeper, Alessandro Di Argento, Isaac Carnala, and Isaiah Gallegos Munoz. Gallegos Munoz is a forward, a winger really by trade. Di Argento, a central midfielder. Carnala as well, a midfielder. So if Palmateo Chacon had to leave the center of the defense, somebody would really be playing out of position. Booted away by Nowicki. Chacon back on the field, called into action immediately. Here's Kramer. Mentasti on the pursuit against Giovanni, the younger Ortiz. Cool opportunity here in the Open Cup. He's playing center back next to his big brother. The draw for the third round of Open Cup qualifying will be held this coming Monday. And it's not a simple bracket situation, so if you're wondering at home, no, the winner of this game will not necessarily play the winner of Edgewater and Berber City. That is possible, though not guaranteed. It would certainly be logistically convenient for the four teams involved to simply play another Chicago opponent.
Yeah, I was curious how they would do that, and I'm glad you explained it. It's not really a traditional bracket.
It is regional, but it is not necessarily that specifically regional.
And I would imagine there's a lot of other factors involved in terms of travel, logistics, facilities that are available during that time. I would imagine there's a lot of other factors as well that once that pot's determined, too.
Yeah, last year Chicago House was the only team from Metro Chicago that made it to the third qualifying round, so we're going to have to go somewhere to play. As I check my notes, last year they had a bye in the first round. They defeated SC 1927 from Indiana in this round, and then played Metro Louisville in the third qualifying round. So you would hope that what's going to happen is the winner of this game will play the winner of Edgewater Castle and Berber City and make life easier for everybody. And then the Chicago amateur ranks can then have a single team to support in that fourth and final qualifying round to determine who goes through into the main draw next spring. Again, 44 games being played today or tomorrow. That ball was very close to the line when it was knocked off a Wisloka player by Kramer. 79th minute now, House hanging on to this 2-1 lead. No clear-cut chances for Wisloka since having the deficit way back in the 49th minute. And again, they don't have many bench options. Only 3 more players available on the bench for Wisloka. 3 more outfield players, I should say. They do have a reserve goalkeeper as well. Wojciech out wide. Cross coming in from Govna into the middle. Header won there by number 29, Elias McLeod. Mentasti, who's putting the hard running today. You got to think he'll be the final, or the next sub, I should say, for House if they make more. He's giving this away, though, to Adrian Ortiz. Giving it and going to Piahota. Flag is up on the far side. Offside against Wisloka. Again, a recap, I guess I should go through all of it, seeing as I mentioned Chicago House's qualifying exploits last year. A 4-3 win on penalty kicks after a 1-1 draw against 1927 SC from Indiana. A 2-1 win in the third qualifying round against Metro Louisville. And in the fourth qualifying round, they advanced in the most dramatic of fashion, 8-7 on PKs against Brockton FC United from Massachusetts to make it into the main draw. It is a slog just to get to the tournament. So we've got a sub upcoming for Wisloka. Aaron Fanick is going to be coming into the game as that shot is tipped over the bar by Tony Halterman. Some Wisloka fans, I think, saw the ripple of the net and thought it was in.
Yeah, they thought it went in, but that was, he just got a fingertip on that one.
Fingertipped it off the football crossbar and out of the top of the soccer net. So Aaron Fanick, the Joliet native, former Lewis University player, back about a decade ago, is going to be coming into the match. And he's going to be replacing Conrad Rosansky, number 24. So Fanick is into the match. Previously played for CKS Vorta in the amateur ranks. 82nd minute of play, corner kick here. Sulka to send it in, swings it toward the far side, met on the volley, blocked by Chacon. Novicki trying to see this out to the corner, won't be able to do so. Kept in play, Vocek. All the way across, back here for Czarniecki. Czarniecki up against Kramer. Well defended by Kramer. Piahota. Still nowhere to cross for Czarniecki. Well blocked by Kramer. House are preparing a change. Alessandro De Argento will be with us soon. Adrian Ortiz. Govna. Sulka. Back for Govna. Back to the near side. Czarniecki will try to find a ball into the box again. 8 minutes plus stoppage time to go in this second round U.S. Open Cup qualifier here at Elmhurst University. Thanks for joining us today on this balmy late September afternoon. Offside flag is up against number 7, Mateusz Śleżka. DiArgento has put his bib back on the sideline for the moment, so that sub is not imminent. Looks actually like all 3 remaining subs have taken off their warm-up shirts and put their game day jerseys on and then put their pennies back on so they can be ready as quick as possible if needed. 83rd minute of play. Novicki winning that header off the bounce. House really struggling to even get a touch of the ball right now. Holding on for dear life to a 2-1 lead. Czarniecki. Back now for Govna. Novicki with space on this near side. Piahota. Cleared away by Jack Kramer. 84th minute of play, excuse me. Adrian Ortiz. Parker Govna. Right-footed cross into the middle. Mateo Chacon again. Not on the score sheet, but if this score holds, I think Mateo Chacon might be the man of the match for House with the defensive shift he has put in. Stepping forward, this is Giovanni Ortiz, the center back. Into the middle for Sulka, shoulder to shoulder with Alzate. He dives in on Avalos. Referee says no foul on either confrontation, and it's a throw-in for House on the far side.
And we got a Wisloka player down.
Player down for Wisloka. As the trainer is called out yet again. He's been busy today.
Yes, he has.
Chicago House trainer.
But the referee let a lot of physicality go during that last sequence.
It is Lukasz Sulka who is down on the field. The star man today for this Wisloka team. He has the goal that has made this a contest. Scored back in the 49th minute. Really the last A-plus chance for either team in this game. All the way back in the 49th. It's currently in the 85th. And the potential added time continues to tick and tick and tick. I was surprised with how little we saw in the first half. I gotta think we're headed for at least 7 or 8, but obviously, as I just said, I've been wrong before.
Well, it looks like it's another leg. I'm going to guess it has to be another little cramp issue. Oh, the temperatures the way they are quite surprising, but both sides, I think, wanted something called from the referee, and neither got it. So I guess if you didn't satisfy either side, I guess it's a fair game at that point. But
it's one of those situations where it's like, yeah, there was a lot of contact there, but it's a throw-in, so I'll give the throw-in in the direction of the slightly more aggrieved party, and we will move on with the game. And Sulka still down getting attention. Left on the bench if they wanted to make a change for Wisloka. David Ravicki and Konrad Slezka, brother of Mateusz.
Well, it's just been amazing how they, every time you think this should be a runaway, Wisloka has done enough just to hang around in this match. Obviously, the red card in the first half did them a huge favor for that to happen, but still, you figured that House was just going to progressively wear them down. But again, the strategy changed once that red card occurred, and we talked about that in the first half when they had the 2-0 lead.
Again, Aaron Wynn sent off just before the interval. David Ravicki is the man getting warmed up on the near sideline in case Sulka is unable to continue. But if he's able to run, you know that Wisloka will want their talisman to stay out there. Certainly been their best player on the day. We are now into the 87th minute. Sulka getting some extra stretching. Work on his left calf. That looks to be the area of concern. So for now, Wisloka playing 10v10 in the final stages of this game. Nowicki exchanging with Czarniecki. And Sulka looks to be in some serious pain down there. Maybe a Charlie horse sort of situation. But again, at some point, Wisloka have to make the decision. Is it worth trying to get him back out there? Looking to play the cross in here is Govna. Govna up against Ian Marino. Forced backward.
Well, they found a way to withstand a lot of adversity on their end to even still be in this match. It's just amazing that, despite even though they've had the one-man advantage here being up the man, that they're even in this match right now.
So much adversity on both sides today. Injuries, red cards, goals. That's a loose header there from Nowicki, given away to Mentasti. Here's A.R. Smith. Chicago House just looking to take the air out of this quickly deflating balloon. But Smith's giving it away. Big chance here the other way. Czarniecki ahead. Still Czarniecki. He'll go himself. That was not the right choice. Paul Mateo Chacon with the block. And then the referee's going to say play on. Each side has a player down. Call it 9-on-9 for the moment. Booted away by Kiki Avalos. Mentasti back to his feet. He'll chase this down. Can he hold it up? Mentasti trying to get around Giovanni Ortiz, and Ortiz has done well. Bodies hitting the floor all over the place here in Elmhurst. 89th minute of play. And Lukasz Sulka has just limped back onto the field. He's going to try to continue as best he can.
Both teams just trying to make that final push here. And then I guess the big question coming up is going to be how much stoppage time will we have?
Adrian Ortiz looking for Sulka. Sulka did not get there in time. His legs won't carry him that fast. Goal kick. And a time-wasting opportunity for Chicago House.
Much needed for them.
And now Alejandro Mentasti has gone down. Will House make a sub here? They will. It's going to be Isaiah Gallegos Munoz who will be subbing in for Chicago House.
And here comes the trainer back out again. He might be the man of the match.
The Chicago House trainer is going to have to ask for some overtime pay today.
Oh, my goodness. But again, it's another leg.
More time to add on, in theory.
Yeah, and now everyone's taking a break. Some of the Scoba players just decided, let's just go. Now we got one down on the near side here.
And we have a different player, not Sulka down. Ravicki is getting set to come in. The question is, who's he going to replace? Is it going to be Sulka or is it going to be somebody else? So Mentasti is going to come out for House. And he'll be replaced by Isaiah Gallegos Munoz. And David Ravicki is going to be coming in for Wisloka. Isaiah Gallegos Munoz is going to be coming in. And so hard work put in today by Alejandro Mentasti. And leaving the game is going to be Czarniecki for Wisloka. So Czarniecki departs and he's replaced by David Ravicki. Ravicki, a Wooddale, Illinois native. In his spare time, he's a DJ under the name Third Prototype.
Well, Saturday night, he might have a gig after this one.
Yeah, busy day for Mr. Ravicki. Foul on the far side, free kick house. As time continues to tick, we are in the second minute of stoppage time. 7 added minutes have been signaled on the sidelines. A minimum of 7 added minutes. We are in the second of those minimum of 7. Can House hold on? Here's the first touches for the new sub, Gallegos Munoz. Gallegos Munoz, a tricky winger, in to help see this out. Wisloka get possession back, and they've got to go quickly. Adrian Ortiz launches it upfield. Wojciech looking to play through the lines. It's cut out by Kramer. Kiki Avalos now. Avalos was fouled. A free kick for House. Into the third minute of a minimum of 7 added on. Ball sent forward. Nico Williams winning the header. We've played about 4 minutes of the minimum of 7. Wisloka with a counter-attack opportunity. Wojciech. Sleshka, left-footed cross into the middle, away by A.R. Smith. Kept in play by Alzate. They just got to get this clear. And doing it well there is Nico Williams. As far as Gallegos Munoz, Kiki Avalos. Gallegos Munoz again. Gallegos Munoz. Left-footed effort is blocked by Gio Ortiz. Time is not on the side of Wisloka. Can House hang on to advance to the third qualifying round?
Well, that's going to, oh my.
Or Wisloka, will they find a late equalizer? Their goalkeeper, Soroka, just sends it into touch as time continues to tick.
Well, the fans are sensing it. Our clock is unofficial on the screen. Of course, official time being kept on the field.
Into the corner, trying to protect it is Williams. Williams splitting defenders, still in possession. Williams again, knocked down. Referee says no foul. Gallegos Munoz has it. Williams stays down. That is a foul.
Yep.
Free kick for House.
But all that does is just waste more time off the clock, which is a good thing for House.
And now Williams, slow to get to his feet. Gio Ortiz is looking to help him out with that. As time continues to tick.
And now the trainer has been called out.
Williams looks like he just kind of ran into a brick wall there as Ortiz stood his ground well, and Williams kind of ran right into him. Maybe just a bit shaken up more than anything else. But again, now it is incumbent on the referees to add on the correct amount of additional time.
which in the first half I don't think they quite did.
And the fourth official has signaled that a yellow card needs to be shown to Kramer for what he was saying to the fourth official. So Jack Kramer goes into the book. House fans not happy with that. Alzate probably making the point, you didn't even hear what he said. But again, that's part of the fourth official's job, is to monitor things.
Those officials have ears. Sometimes the teams wonder whether or not they work right or not.
But again, that's part of the fourth official's job, is he is out there to cover the space that the other three referees cannot, be their eyes, ears, and all senses at other times. So Williams limping to the sideline. House are currently down to 9. They do have one more sub available, I believe, one more substitution window for one more sub if they want to make it. I think Williams is going to try to continue on. Meanwhile, House will take this free kick short, and Gallegos Munoz gives it away. A 2-man advantage right now is back to a 1-man advantage as Williams rejoins the play. They got to get forward and quickly. Adrian Ortiz under pressure from A.R. Smith, the captain. Adrian back to his brother, Gio. As Gio strides upfield, looking for an equalizer for Wisloka. Down the far side, looking for the run of Govna, the right back. Iamarino's over. Nice touch by Govna. Govna's cross into the middle is cut out. And John Alzate with excellent composure to dribble out of trouble, but he gave the ball away. Back for Novicki. Referees checking their watches. Sleshka. Up against Williams. Back to Novicki. Gio Ortiz. Adrian Ortiz. Adrian will send this forward into the penalty area. Sleshka. Sulka. Chipping it toward the far post. Header won by Alzate. And away by Kiki Avalos. Crossed again by Govna. Heads go up. Halterman makes the save, and it's cleared away by Williams. Tony Halterman was the hero on this field early in 2023 against Bavarians, and he's made another potential result-saving save there for the House. Cross back in again, headed down Mateo Chacon. Sulka! It's wide, goal kick. That little bounce you might have seen was off the wheel of the goal, not off of Halterman.
Well, we've passed our 7 minutes unofficially that we've kept here.
But there were some stoppages. I would expect this clock to tick at least to about 8.5 minutes unofficially before the referee blows his whistle, if I had to guess. That comment being met with some exasperation up here in the House press box.
But Halterman, he'll take his time, but that was a tremendous save he made moments ago.
It might have been going just wide, but in those situations, you can't risk it.
You never know how the spin of the ball may come or a deflection, but he made the play when needed to.
Forward by Adrian Ortiz. Into the path of Piahota. Piahota, can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Infield for Govna. And away by Pau Mateo Chacon. Referee checks his watch, and he blows for full time. Chicago House are on to the third qualifying round of the U.S. Open Cup. The final score, Chicago House 2, Wisloka Chicago 1. Goals by Alejandro Mentasti and A.R. Smith, answered by one from Lucas Sulka, but the 10 men of House able to hang on, and they only do it in dramatic fashion. Chicago House in U.S. Open qualifying. They'll be in the draw on Monday.
Well, they did what they had to do here, Alex. Obviously, early on, Wisloka had the early momentum, but those two missed opportunities by Sulka early were huge, and then House got going around that midway point of the first half. It was just enough to get that 2-goal advantage. Even though they had to play down a man the rest of the way, they had the 2-goal cushion when it happened. They defended enough. They did give, but they did not break.
What an effort by this House team. They advance to qualifying round number 3, so stay tuned to Chicago House's social media channels, as well as the @OpenCup handle, wherever you are on social media for information on Monday evening about who Chicago House will face in the third round. Coming up, we'll have an interview with a member of the winning House team. But for now, for Tim McKinney, I'm Alex Campbell. You've been watching U.S. Open Cup second round qualifying here on the Sports Broadcast Solutions YouTube page. House win 2-1 and advance to qualifying round number 3.
Brian?
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going for the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include live statistics, play-by-play commentary, highlight, and even more. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.